Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, man, Kenny Stubblefield, super producer for Bluff City Media in the building. Kenny, what's going on, my guy?
My guy, what's going on, brother? You good?
Man, I'm good, man. Good. And a man who probably needs no introduction. Y'all probably remember him from episode 5 of the show. He goes by many names, man. He goes by the historian. He goes by the 94 feet historian as well. Just a basketball savant to my side. He goes by a lot of titles, but today, Kenny Stubblefield, I got to get a brother another title, man. Kenny, one of the titles I go by, one of the titles I answer to is your favorite media member's favorite media member. Because all y'all been stealing my shit for years. All y'all been on my dick for years. All y'all out there, y'all know I'm y'all favorite, man. Y'all know him. Y'all sneak and watch the show. You know what I'm saying? Don't acknowledge the show, but you sneak and watch the show and then, you know what I'm saying? Talk about shit you saw on the show and all that type of stuff. Oh, yeah, I know y'all be watching, man. So I call myself your favorite media member's favorite media member. So today, I bestowed to me the gentleman on my side over here, my guest. I called him Jay, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster, Hamm. Because they been biting this shit too, man. This might be the smartest dude in the city. He got a new nickname today, man. Jay, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, thank you, man. I'm humbled by the wonderful introduction.
Yes, sir.
It's classic. I'm going to have to run with it. I'm not going to lie. You know me, I'm a wrestling guy, too, just like you are.
Oh, yes, sir.
A few promos that's going to get cut from that.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. You're my favorite. I'm these folks' favorite podcaster, and you're my favorite podcaster, so, hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is for sure.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. From like you said, I was around from episode 5. I returned 171 episodes later to come kick the bobo one more time.
Yeah. And if you think I'm a fan of yours, the Kenny Stubblefield and Jay Hamm fan, this guy's Jay. So, this guy's great. Oh, man. I'm like,
well, no.
All right, bro.
And let me just tell you, man, I listen, I love basketball. Like, I love basketball. I love talking basketball. I love watching basketball. I watch basketball all the time. When you told me that Jay was going to be on the show today,
this man got excited.
I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit back and just listen, man, because this is crazy. Because here's another thing. Not only is he a brilliant dude, but you guys yesterday on X y'all had a little bit of a this, and it was all in love.
Yeah.
But I love that you guys. Like, I love that you bring them on. You bring them on the show and say, let's have a real conversation about this stuff, right?
Because, my guy, they need to hear his side.
The fun part,
all y'all Taylor Jenkins lovers need to hear y'all Black Savior over here.
Yeah.
This is the fun part. One, it gets taken as like a collision, and I'm like,
it ain't no collision. This is about
not at all.
Yeah.
Second, it's only right that I get labeled as a Taylor Jenkins fan. I can accept being a Taylor Jenkins apologist only because I'm an empathetic dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I got empathy for the cat. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the challenges that we gonna touch on this in depth.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming for sure. It's coming for sure.
It's one of them things, man, where it's like, first of all, Kenny, we got to bring you on 94 Feet of Life. You got to bring him on because you talk about like some real basketball junkies. I hang around with 5 of them.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, it's good. The freaking Wu-Tang Clan on the screen, bro.
The
Wu-Tang Clan.
See, I told them that you mentioned that about us before. They like that one too. So
Oh yeah.
In general, it's like for the last 10 years, over the last 10 years, we celebrated 10 years a couple of weeks ago. It was that March 3rd.
Crazy, man. Yep. Congratulations,
as
bro.
a group on Facebook, just talking hoops. And it's like we were doing shows a few months prior to that. It was just like, let's just do the group and just kind of make it a basketball culture. And it just kind of took from there. But it's like, guys, like I mentioned, one of my guys is an assistant coach at Link Academy. He's bounced around. He's been junior college. Now he's coaching on the EYBL level in high school. So he's coaching the hitters. You know what I'm saying? They're playing against them. They're going to the Chipotle Nationals. Shout out to Coach Les Stewart. That's my guy. I always got to mention that with him. Then my guy Myron Jenkins, he started his own academy, training academy. We called it Ball U Academy. He was coaching in high school up in Indiana this past year. I think he's going to leave it alone and just kind of go back and deal with his family. But it's like those two dudes, and then our host, Big Shot Ron Anderson, first cousin of Craig Hodges.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
wow.
Shout out to Craig Hodges, the shooting goat.
Shout out to Craig Hodges.
My right-hand man right here in the Olive Branch area, that's my man Trav.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, we hit it off of a debate. It started off pretty much being like, I took Kevin Garnett, he took Tim Duncan. It was a Facebook debate in the sports group. After a while, people just stopped coming. They would just let us go back and forth. And me and him got cool like that. And we started this whole thing, and it was just like everybody just linked up, and we just been rocking ever since, man. And we just been growing up since. Shout out to Sain. Sain introduced me to some good people that connected me in, and I just started.
Jay introduced me to some good people too, man. Just
you know what I'm saying? I just started moving around. Yo, shout out to our guy John Harden.
John Harden, man.
John Harden went from having me on from 11:30 to 12 in the 30-minute segment to like, dude, just come to the studio and sit through the show.
Just rock.
Just hang.
You damn near the co-host, bro. For real. You the co-host of this joint, yeah.
So on Fridays, some days I might come through there a little bit, on Mondays and Tuesdays or whatever, just depending on what my work schedule like. But on Fridays from 11 to 1, I hang out with dude for 2 hours, man.
Man, off the chain, bro.
He's alive. He's the livest wire of live wires.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah. And he probably watching the show right now. High as a kite or drunk, or both. But it's all good.
Well, I told him I was coming on. He looked. He said, "Oh shit,
man, it was Sain, man. Oh my God, man. Oh man, man.
We got some brewing too. We got some coming up in the next couple of weeks. You're gonna see some stuff flying up from us too, man. For real.
He said, "Brewing is the perfect word."
Yeah, exactly.
We cooking something up,
right? Cooking something for sure. But y'all make sure y'all check out my boy Jay Hamm, 94 Feet of Life. Like I said, you can catch him on Happy Hour with John Harden. I just seen my guy on Hot 107. If you watch 94 Feet of Life, then maybe you might hear a segment talking about, who his game compares to. I'm gonna take you back to Joe Barry Carroll. Like, who the fuck is Joe Barry Carroll? Man, his game reminds me of A World Be Free. Like, bro, why do you know A World Be Free is, bro?
Only in the 94 when you catch names like Joe Barry Carroll, World Be Free, Rory Sparrow.
Rory Sparrow. Jesus.
Hey, bro, you better Google check some of the shit they be talking about, bro.
I know. They're making up.
Bro, these dudes are hoop junkies, bro. Like, they could take you back to black and white. Niggas weren't even in the league yet. Shit. Man, I tell you about Odysseus Smith. Like, who the hell is that, bro?
The historian thing is not a gimmick with me. It's like,
no, they not, but they dead serious.
I got the stat head from Basketball Reference. I got the whole thing. I'm just researching in the database, going back, looking at stuff. Then I'm one of them dudes that listen to my OGs. I listen to my pops and my uncles. My mom is one of the biggest hoop heads ever.
Yeah.
Just all time. I learned so much of the history of the game, especially NBA and college history from prior eras, prior to us being alive. Got a lot of that from Miles, man. Miles the one that taught me about World Be Free. That's how I learned about Lloyd Free. All I know is government name and everything.
Hey, bro. Hey, I got some for you, bro. I got some for you, man. We ain't even started the show. This is crazy. Did you know? I found this out literally yesterday with my day job. Did you know there was a lady that got drafted to the NBA like in the 50s or some shit? A black lady.
Yeah.
Shit crazy. You knew that?
I had no clue.
No clue. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. I can't remember her name. Something like Riri somebody. I don't know. Shamika somebody. I don't know. Anyway, bro. By the way, shout out to that lady.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Let me see. I'm going to find out her name real quick. Let me see.
Oh, Jay got me over crying laughing, bro. But Jay, while he looking that up, let's jump into some Grizzlies talk, man. If you ask a guy like me, if you ask most people, we're talking like we're dressing up to go to a funeral. Like the Grizzlies season is about to end quickly as soon as the playoffs come. Talking about a team who's lost 2 straight games. They're about 5-5 in the last 10. Just don't look the same, man. John Morant, I think, has missed like 3 or 4 games in a row. By the time of this recording, the last game that they played was a horrible loss on the road against Portland, a team that will more likely be in the lottery. They do have a chance to get into the play-in, but more likely will be a lottery team. Where are you at? Does this feel like a lost season to you? Does it feel like a season where you already know it's a foregone conclusion that the Grizzlies are setting up for a first-round exit? Or do you see some type of light at the end of the bridge?
I don't want to use the term lost season,
but
I understand clearly why anyone would.
Right.
I understand. Okay. It's a few things that have to be addressed. I mean, first things first, just from a historical standpoint, I love Ja Morant. I got a pair of Ja 2s in my closet, the red joints.
The red joints, yep.
Yeah, I got them joints. Better get some more because I like them joints, just the whole line and everything. But it's not even got nothing to do with that. It's historically, in our lifetime, I'm not sure how old my man Kenny is, but
we all the same age.
44.
Okay. Oh, there you go. In our lifetime, there have been 3 dudes that were the best player on the team that were under 6'5" that won an NBA championship. Isaiah, Dwayne Wade, Steph.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the league.
I'm glad you've taken history because I got one for you later on. But go ahead. And it's also questionable. It's also questionable that Shaq was the best player on that team too, that Miami team. You might want to say Shaq was the best player.
Well, in the 06,
it's arguable.
No, it was Wade.
Okay.
Wade.
I get it.
And I stand on Wade because even with that one, it was like he can stand on the fact that he still got the highest finals PER ever. Still, almost 20 years later, that PER for that finals for him is still the highest ever. And he, from what you even remember, or if you want to go back and enjoy the film on that one, he was just unreal. So it's like, even when they gave him the MVP trophy, Shaq took the MVP trophy and handed it to him himself. So one of them type deals.
Yeah.
And Steph in 2015 and 2022, because the other 2, KD was that dude. Just to clarify on that one too. Yeah. But it don't happen that way historically. His situation reminded me a lot of Derrick Rose situation, but it's more recurring than as opposed to a long-term wipe. Even though we did have the long-term wipe last year, but he come back and it's just, okay, he play 4 or 5, then he sit 2 or 3, and then it's nagging. That's also something that's kind of got, I think, everybody in a rut.
Yeah.
Everybody's emotions on their team run through dude.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's always been that way.
Yeah.
When he's in the funk, notice
everybody in the funk. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of one of them.
Mentally or on the court or mentally, yeah.
Mentally, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a comprised package of it. You know what I'm saying? The mental health, mental wellness aspect has to come into play here when we're talking about this because it's taking a toll on people. And ultimately, we're talking about jobs that are on the line. You know what I'm saying? Guys getting sent back to the G League and things of that nature. And it's necessary because you said it yesterday. Our role guy on the tweet you said it. You were like, our role guys are just too young. I'm like,
right.
And it's not fair to them, but that's just the nature of the league that we in. You know what I'm saying? And so, even more so, what make it even more crazy going forward. That if people understand the financial rules even a little bit, just of it, like the luxury tax and the first apron, the second apron. The second apron is going to make things turn into like a hard cap. It's going to become very NFL. And you see already owners are holding back on really wanting to get cats that Supermax. You know, so especially that vet Supermax. It's that 10 years. Well, they're going to be... Cats going to be getting cut like in the NFL soon just because they make too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's... And it's also going to expose what people already really know anyway, that a lot of these motherfuckers don't know how to build teams anyway.
Yeah.
Some of them just in it for the whatever profit that they can get. Charlotte, they always going to be a death, just a graveyard for that. Orlando fight their way out of it. I can give Orlando their credit.
Yeah.
Washington will too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Charlotte just
they don't give a damn.
Hey, and Phoenix is getting there, right?
Yeah.
Phoenix is getting their way there.
They trying not to get there, but it's like you heading down the wrong road fast, and you got to find an exit to get back off and get back around on the other side. But that's always also been a part of the NBA too. It's like ultimately we seen the same teams just kind of recycle, reload, come back and dominate. You know what I'm saying, at different periods. But now I think that's going to stop too, because you ain't gonna be able to afford cash one wise, and then the time period you ain't gonna be able to keep that all together to really have a dynasty. So dynasties may be one of them things that's for that we kind of really put behind us. It's a real endangered species like that in the league. Or we'll be start talking about dynasties, cats winning 2 and 3 years.
Yeah,
that'd be a dynasty level accomplishment now, as opposed to being like dominating for a half a decade, winning 3 championships at least from 5-6 years or something like that. The it'll change. It's already changing, just in general. So when we start talking about it from the Grizz standpoint, we got 3 dudes that we already paying over 100 plus.
And it's about to get worse.
And it's about to get worse because they producing. You know what I'm saying? Not just producing, but then when you look at Tripp got the accolades to keep rolling with it too. Somebody got to pay him.
Yeah.
The way the rules set up, even with the whole tax apron thing, the way the rules set up, he can make the most here.
Yep.
Unless you decide to trade him, and which his birds' rights go with him. But the window to win, where it was already 2.5 years, now it just went to 1 year and 3 quarters.
Right. It does seem like it, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like everything shrunk, and it shrunk at a real messed up time. Where
for sure.
John Dagan, like I said, when he in the funk, everybody in the funk. Shout out to cats like Desmond Bane, who trying to put it on his back. But here's the thing about it. Desmond Bane is a really good NBA player. But if he's going to have to be in situations where he's your top guy on a lot of nights, or a moderate amount of nights, it's a tough sell. You know what I'm saying? He'll be productive. He going to hoop. He going to bring his, but the nature of that is like it's a tough sell. It's like we pretty much view him as a third option, right? Well, now we at a point with stretch in the league to where the third option is starting to become null and void. Because you either got hitters around your 2 dudes. You can't really, it can't be like my guy Trav say, 94 feet of life. It can't be like he say, you can't have it like a spade hand with 2 in a possible. You know what I'm saying? With your third dude, he might show up this time, he might not. No. Now you really got to have hitters. Look at Oklahoma City. They the most methodical team in the league. They don't do nothing out of character.
They do what they do every game. They're the same team every game.
And they make it look boring because it's so consistent. And of course, just we live in a world where people hate consistency. It's just we need the excitement of some kind. But Cleveland,
don't you think it would be that way if for the Grizzlies, if they had their guys playing every single game? Like, I feel like Desmond could be a great guy. Like, he's been great over the last few years in the role in which he's good at. We've seen him struggle being the man because he's had the ball in his hands most of the time, right? Like that. You look at a team like Oklahoma City and you go, the reason why they're so methodical and so consistent is because their starting point guard is playing every single night, like every game.
Very true. That's a damn good point. And also, we're about to bring it in where we talk about Gigi they sending Gigi back to the G League. He's 20 years old. Of course, upside is through the ceiling, the whole deal. But the fact that he's 20 years old, he And a lot of times in this league, man, you really don't figure it out. I don't think a lot of them cats figured out till they hit about 25, which they're well past their first, their rookie contract.
Right.
Whether it was the first round one or they had a short one, you know what I'm saying? Second round one with 1 or 2 years or whatever the case, but they don't catch it till later on, especially when you come in like that. And then the thing of it is that a lot of them have to learn how to be hoopers in that role. Because you come into the league and you got a full prerequisite of you can score, you can do this, you can defend, and you've been doing this, you've been honing your skill to showcase this to this point, and then you get to the league and they ask you,
we don't need none of that.
We just need you to do this.
Yep.
And that's a hard thing for a lot of kids to grasp. It's a hard thing for a lot of cats that's older to grasp sometimes because they don't feel like they still can do more. They want to contribute more. But they don't need you to do all that. You know,
especially when you the dude, Jay, who you got a chip on your shoulder where you got picked in the second round. You still feel like you the dude that was the number one player in the nation. You wear 45 because that's where you got picked at or whatever his story is. It's even double down even more when you have a guy who's got a chip on his shoulder to prove everybody I'm better than y'all thought I was. But
exactly.
Yeah.
It probably even triples down because he was already hungry to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and then he trying to remain professional about it too. But then on the contrary to that, you have Jalen Wells, who's a little older, and some nights he looks great, some nights he don't play as well. When I look for him, it don't even be about stats sometimes with him. I'm like, how's his floor game? Is he making winning basketball plays? Is he contesting defending it? Just the simple stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The scoring at that point can kind of more or less be a bonus because what we need him to do right here, as long as he getting this, the other stuff gonna come. His opportunities to score the block and all that, that's gonna come in general. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard, and then for dudes coming off the bench, having that same, it's a challenge. So it's like, on paper, it's a lot of talent. It's loaded. It's hard as hell to balance that talent too, though. You know what I'm saying? You find equal, not equal, but quality rotational minutes for guys, and then you also don't want to lose the dudes who not playing. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep them engaged, stay ready, the whole deal like that. And it's But if your leader is in a funk while all this is going on, when the funk hits the fan, as Steve Harvey them said.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because a lot of times, like, a lot of people just kind of, like, we had all this discussions this year about, like, Jaren took a leap this year, right? And people are like, well, Jaren is the franchise, and Ja's the most talented player, but Jaren's the guy now. Jaren's the guy now. And like I said on here plenty of times, people got mad at me when I said on Jason and John, Jaren Jackson Jr. is my favorite player in the league. When I saw him on the cover of Slam magazine today, it might well have been Gabe on that joint, man. I was excited to see Jaren Jackson Jr. on the cover of Slam magazine with the trip chain, all that. But man, I don't want Jaren to be the leader of this team. Like, it has to be 12, bro. He's the polarizing player that everybody gravitates toward. Like, he has to be that dude. Mentally, he has to be that dude as well, man, as well as being available on the court. So I totally agree with you on that. I had some other questions for you, bro, but you really ran the gambit and everything you just talked about then. But it is a couple things that you talked about that I did want to pull from. You mentioned Ja. We mentioned Ja just then. Being a guy who, we're talking about Ja and we're talking about Jaren, right? Jaren was a guy who had a ton of injuries coming in as a rookie, right? Like, he was hurt for the second half of his rookie year. I want to say the end of his second year. Just a lot of long-term injuries with Jaren, right? And people were like, well, because there was a time where people were like, we need to just invest in Brandon Clark because Jaren's a bust. Like, he's not going to be able to play. And now the tables just totally turned. Jaren is easily the most durable player on this team. I want to say Jaren's probably played 75, close to 80 games this year. He's been an Iron Man, so to speak, for the Grizzlies. And now you have Ja, who's going through – the tables are really flipped on him. He's had a lot of injuries, a lot of nagging injuries. The most games he's played in a row this year is 6 games, right? So with that being said, do you think that that's something that, like, that's just who Ja is, or do you think that – because it was a time we were just worried about Ja doing some crazy stuff, right? But now we have to worry about him physically being able to stay on the court. Is that something you think he'll grow out of, just like he seems to be maturing, but from the off the court stuff, or is that this injury thing? Do you think this is something is permanent? And with that being said, if that's the case, how do you handle him and this franchise going forward? Since we do say that he's the leader of the team,
I think it's something he'll grow out of.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna have to change a lot about his training method, though.
Yeah,
I don't know how he's training in general, but it sounds like it probably need to be something where it, like, get a new dietary plan,
mm-hmm.
try some yoga. I don't, just
got 3 non-athletes up here. Yeah, we throwing shots in the dark. Yeah,
investing into
Pilates. Wait, I don't know. No.
Yeah, what I'm saying, investing into something something different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna give them some prevention, from a lot of these nagging, because a lot of this stuff is like he's not getting a chance to also really heal fully either. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get back and this, that, and the other. Even, because the shoulder never really did heal. He couldn't have, because he came back and it's still nagging. So it's some stuff that they can change, because ultimately, like with Derrick Rose, it was his knee, but ultimately he was able to overcome and then become at least a rotational player, but he was much older. We don't want to get there with this cat.
No.
Where he's entering in where he's in that prime age now. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to really just let it fly in that sense. But this is why I'm like suggesting maybe a different method of training. You know what I'm saying? Change some stuff up there. He'll be, as far as like his desire and hunger and can he ball? No question about that. Can we keep him on the floor? I'm cool with him if you give him a rest every 4 or 5 games. I don't have a problem with that, as long as he's back. As long as he's not sitting out the next 3-4 after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't train like that. But, an occasional load management with him, sure, especially now because he's getting older. And he's actually put on a lot of miles since he's been in the league. He's been in a couple playoffs and played a lot of heavy minutes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like NBA minutes ain't pickup minutes, you know what I'm saying? It's like in regular season minutes versus playoff minutes as a whole, because the stress of everything, physically, mentally, emotionally, in the playoffs takes an even more toll on folks. And people don't really take that into factor too. But it's something that Jaren probably did somewhere too. Change his resume in terms of training and things of that nature. And he just grew into his grown man body, ultimately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's in his prime and he's playing the best basketball we've seen him.
Oh, going crazy.
He getting to that ceiling like we really expected him to do, having a great year,
Yeah. Well, Jay, you are a hoop historian. You dropped some historical stuff on us about Ja Morant and things that are discouraging as far as him being the best player on a championship team and all those type of things. I got some history for you as well, Jay. I'm gonna throw it at you, man. I'm trying to tap into my inner Jay Hamm over here, man. My guy Michael Harrell, one of my guys, shot me some information today. I'm gonna throw this out here. This is for all the Taylor Jenkins apologists out there. Yeah, ain't many of y'all left, man. So I'm just throwing more ammunition y'all way for sure. Since Taylor Jenkins was hired as the Memphis Grizzlies coach, the Lakers are on their 4th head coach. They've had 4 head coaches since Taylor Jenkins was hired. The Clippers are on their 2nd coach. The 76ers on their 3rd. The Nets are on their 4th. The Knicks are on their 3rd. And the Rockets are on their 3rd. And we've had Taylor Jenkins the entire time. Another interesting note about Taylor Jenkins: he is the 5th longest tenured. He's the 5th longest tenured coach in the NBA. The coaches that are in front of him: Greg Popovich, who was hired in 1996; Eric Spoelstra, who was hired in 2008; Steve Kerr, who was hired in 2014; and Michael Malone in 2015. Taylor Jenkins comes in at 5th. One of these people is not like the other. One of these people does not belong, Jay Hamm. These 4 gentlemen in front of him, 4 of those men are multi-time NBA champions. All those gentlemen have multiple NBA championships except for Mike Malone. Also, of this list, there are 2 gentlemen on this list who started off who were there for the rebuild of their team have been there. We've been there with their young core as they developed and went on to win the championship. That is Greg Popovich and Mike Malone. Eric Spoelstra inherited, the Heatles or whatever.
Okay. Well,
hold on. More history. Hold on. More history. I got more history. There's never been an NBA head coach who started his NBA career with the team and led that same iteration of their team to a championship. Jay Hamm. Why should I feel like Taylor Jenkins, of all people, who has no character trait other than guys like him, will be the first person to change history?
And some awesome dance moves. Don't forget that.
He's a great dancer. Yeah.
He's a great dancer.
If I recall correctly, if you want to pull the archives back in episode 5.
He's going way back.
I want to hear that back before black people in the NBA. I don't want to hear nothing about before black people in the NBA, but go ahead. I don't want to hear nothing about when Red Auerbach was playing. I don't want to hear nothing about when guys are wearing glasses. When guys are wearing glasses on the court, I don't want to hear about that, bro.
You don't want to talk about Mikan. I feel you.
No, I don't want to hear about George Mikan. Was a player. George Mikan was a player coach now, and they won like no. He talking about that.
Mikan looked like a 6'9" Buddy Holly, you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead, bro. Give me some history.
Go back. I almost want to say I said this on episode 5, but I know I said this in another conversation that we had. Yeah. But I think we was at the studio on episode 5, and I said, you know what, the dudes that first time coaches, they usually don't be the guy to do it no way.
Yeah. Moses didn't even get to see. So Moses himself did not get to see the promised land, bro.
Thank you.
This is also, I guess, why I'm a little bit empathetic.
Wow. What a great analogy, bro. That was phenomenal.
Hey, you know I dabble into the prophetic, man. Come on now.
Bro, that was crazy. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Sorry, Jay. I just got goosebumps on that one.
You about to get Kenny saved again, man.
I'm about to get me saved all over again.
Backslid ass Kenny, man. Get his man back to the Lord, man. Go ahead, Jay.
That was kind of like, that's why I'm empathetic to the dude, though, because it's like, he ain't gonna do it. But
we want to see this dude do this for some reason. I don't get it, bro.
Here's the thing. I'm glad you mentioned it. We want to see him do it. I know I do, because I like to see motherfuckers break conventional rules.
Yeah, for sure.
This is why I'm a fan of Steph. You can't win shooting threes. Shit. This is why I'm a fan of Jokic, and I already got Jokic on my GOAT tier. Yeah. Already.
Yeah.
Wow. Inside, outside. The handle, assists. And he's able to do stuff that we wish that we could be able to see, like Wilt do or Shaq do, or just because they will be allowed to play that way. He was allowed. Jokic is allowed to play a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm looking at it from that standpoint. So of course, I would want to see any coach do that. But why the hell would I not want to see the coach in Memphis do it?
Right, I got you.
Or so, or anybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But with that, with his best player being just a little over 6'3", and a little
bit over 175 pounds, yeah.
Right. It's kind of it ain't that tall of an order, but it's a challenge. You know?
Yeah. It's a challenge for sure.
It is. You know,
I mean, his favorite player is John Conchar. So as long as John Conchar, Luke Kennard, they got rid of Jake LaRavia.
We're gonna get Jake back in free agency this summer.
We got to get Jay Huff is on there on the team. Yeah. Cam Spencer now. It's gonna be even harder to do it with those guys.
It's true. I never really thought about it in that aspect.
Oh man, we getting out rebounded, man. Who could go get some rebounds?
Let's get John Conchar.
No, what about Marvin Bagley, coach? No. Let's come back with John Conchar.
And then as far as like Big Snowden Grove, that's what I call Zach Edey. That's Big Snowden Grove. He gonna be cool, but the patience is really needed.
You gotta have it.
Fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can't expect him to be more athletic than what he is.
Right.
It's just, but he's a good basketball player. That's what you're gonna be able to benefit from him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's one that he'll be fine hooping in his role, just being a hooper in his role on a nightly. But it's just the experience just has to come with you. You know what I'm saying?
Let's stay there. Let's stay there, Jay. Let's stay there. Hold on. I got to cut you off. Let's stay right there. You are a hoop historian. You've watched more basketball than anybody watching this show right now combined. You combine the actual hours of film watched between everybody looking at this. It's probably going to be a couple thousand people look at this. But between all them people, you got more basketball knowledge than anybody. Why are they making things so you have to make things simplified for all rookies, especially your big man. Why are they doing so many weird-ass things with this 7'4" man other than set screens, go get rebounds, we're going to reward you another end, feed you the ball a little bit, get your buckets so they can keep you motivated. Basketball 101, why are we making this so hard for him? Come on, bro. You've been watching hoops all before your life. Come on, bro.
I agree with everything you're saying right there. And the reason why I think they do, because they know that motherfucker can hoop. It's just like he's a skilled big man. They want to allow him to use the skills when he has those opportunities. Now,
but we're not doing the fundamentals with him.
I'm not saying I agree with you.
You just breaking down what you see. Yeah,
I agree with y'all on this one. Yeah. It's like, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this is what they're probably thinking. Like, let him play. You know what I'm saying? When he got that opportunity, they don't want to oversimplify it for him, though. They actually want to.
I didn't know there was a such thing as it.
Which that's the best thing that they could do because he could just establish himself as a presence doing simple shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. But maybe now when we get the shit like this, sometimes we have to look past Taylor Jenkins. That may be coming from a level or suite above, you know.
It can't be though, bro. It's totally opposite of what they said when they drafted this dude.
100%.
Zach Kleiman, Dick was hard talking about Zach Edey and he's gonna be able to force the issue. We'll be able to set the tone. No, bro, we ain't seen none of that. We ain't seen none of that, bro. For real. They got that man. The man was shooting threes. The man was shooting 3 threes a game, bro. At one point.
I mean, he can shoot the ball, you know. What I'm saying? But I'm with y'all. It's like we don't necessarily need him shooting them unless he gonna knock the 2 of them down.
Right.
He gonna knock 2 of them down every time he put 3 of them.
Take 3 or 4. Take 6. Yeah, take 7.
There's entire business classes. I'm a business administration major. Entire business classes on keep it simple, stupid. Right, the KISS method in business. If you've got a 7'4" behemoth that can block out the sun when he is standing in front of it, and your best player is your point guard who operates out of the pick and roll better than anything else. Keep it simple, stupid. Like why
are we not doing it?
Why are we not doing that? Like what is this communist offense that they've got going? This, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like keep it simple, stupid. You've got a giant. You know what I'm saying? Like
a communist offense. I love it.
Right. And hold on. And to add to that, we talked about G.G. Jackson, right? You know what would help G.G. Jackson, the 20-year-old G.G. Jackson? Use this big 7'4" motherfucker and let him set some screens for him too. Like, damn, bro. It's like it's some things about basketball are not changing, bro. Like, you know this, man. Come on.
They not, and I promise y'all, it is not just the Memphis problem. That is a league
problem, bro. These dudes be overthinking the simple ass.
Is it honestly? Is it dudes who is the league inundated with guys who just grew up never playing the sport but thinking about the sport and going, I want to overanalyze the sport and trying to change it? What is basketball about? Basketball is about creating mismatches. Basketball is about taking your weakness or the other team's weakness and exploiting it with your strength, right? Like that's basketball in a nutshell. And it seems like the NBA is moving away from that, is going, well, we're just going to try to like really analytically work through this and let's figure out how to do it. And it's like, bro, let's just do what we've always done.
Right. I give you one simple about the game of basketball. Like my pops used to always say, it's a game of angles. Whoever got the best angle is all about angles, man.
Yep.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is too, man. I'm gonna tell you what I think it is too. We We ain't took no commercial break. We gonna wrap this. We just gonna wrap this run straight, kid. YouTube put the commercials in. But anyway,
they'll put the commercials in.
We got my boy J Hamm. I'm gonna say what my final thoughts are on what you're talking about right now. Why these guys try to be so smart? I think a lot of these coaches realize that these guys are so good, they're gonna figure it out regardless of their system anyway. But to make me look different than the other guy, to make myself look valuable, let me do whatever it takes to make me appear to be smart. Because these guys are good enough to figure it out on their own anyway. Because that's what the Grizzlies have to understand too, man. Damn it! Oh God, I'm gonna say that as we wrap this joint up, man. If you think about this, like right, when Lionel Hollins and them was the coach of this team, or whoever it was, it still came down to what Zebo, Tony, Mike, and Mark decided to do as a core,
100%.
regardless of what offense they were running. Or Mark, you go shoot threes. Zebo, you come off the bench. TA, you come off the bench. Mike, we need you to score more. Whatever the philosophy of the team was, when it came down to winning time, them 4 dudes said, "Hey, fuck all that shit. Hey, Mike, you go do this. TA, Zebo." They knew how to come together and win. This team. Those 3 dudes, Jaren, John, and Dez, have to decide, look, we know how to play basketball. We have to win this game. But it has to come with time, bro. Those dudes got to mature and understand how to be a unit together, regardless of who the goddamn coach is on the side. Because like when I hear the people say, oh, man, Taylor, our guy, we love Taylor. No, y'all need to be saying, yeah, whatever, man. Taylor, whatever. Fuck Taylor. We feel going to win this championship. Like, for real. That's what's going to have to happen ultimately. But that's a time and maturity thing. Like I put a tweet on the other day. Everybody talks about grit and grind Grizzlies, right? The grit and grind Grizzlies, when those guys got together, Zach Randolph was 29 years old. The first year of G&G, Zach was 29. Tony was 28. Mark was 25. Mike Conley was 22. Jaren and Dez are 25 years old, bro, in year 5 or 6 together. You know what I mean? So it's going to take time for those guys to get there. Even when those guys got here, Zach Randolph was by no means classified as being a leader. Tony Allen had a grown man babysitter with this team when he came here, bro. There's facts, bro. Glenn Cyprian was brought to this organization to hold Tony Allen together. And these guys were 30. You understand what I'm saying? So in order for this team to really get to where it needs to get to, those 3 dudes just have to mature. They have to be the leaders. I'm not mad at Zach Kleiman for saying these 3 guys are my leaders. But you got to empower those dudes. You got to hold those dudes accountable to be those dudes, bro. That's the only way this team is going to be.
And to add on to what you were just saying in regards to the coaching aspect, Stan Van Gundy, I heard Stan Van Gundy say this. I couldn't remember which podcast he said this on, but he said the thing about coaching in this league is a coach, you actually do more learning from your players than anything. Yes. This is like, and Stan is one who over prepares for everything. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to even stay like, I'm still trying, I'm over preparing, but I'm also learning what they see and what they want to do, what advantages they want to take. Then I'm going to over prepare for that too. You know, so he ain't win a championship doing it, but Stan Van Gundy is a hell of a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, he got his stripes. He cool.
Right.
You know? Now, if you coach you today, you're going to be tired of after 2 years. Maybe the first year you're going to be sick of, but you're going to get, you'll see some results at some point. Now, the results might not be long-standing because you're going to get sick of them.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't have those kind of guys in the league no more, though.
No, for sure. Everybody, some little cool, little nerd dude, the Mark Daganauts of the world.
The league is a vibe now.
Yeah, it's a vibe, yeah. Gotta be a podcaster, or you gotta be getting the hose like Udoka.
Hey, but let me tell you though.
You can't be an old head coach, but you gotta be smashing the same bras the players smash.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Is your coach smashing me alone? No, we can't have. No, we gotta
you can't even have that coach in college no more. You see, they got rid of Mike Woodson at Indiana. They're like, no, you're too OG.
Right.
You get too OG, man. You got the roll, man.
JJ Redick got them boys playing well, though. He's a coach, man. That man's a coach.
He can relate.
Yes.
Easily. You know what I'm saying? It's like
he's on his podcast guest, so of course he can.
Yeah,
they've been on his show.
Hey, the basketball section of the podcast, you know what I'm saying, area went down after JJ went back to the sideline.
Yeah, exactly, man.
All right,
exactly.
I know you got empathy. Me and Anthony do not. All right, like we're not empathetic people. You're an empathetic person. So as the only empathetic person on this show right now, Is Taylor Jenkins the coach next year?
Come on now. He gonna give some philosophical shit. It depends on what you mean by next year. You mean like
Probably not.
January or October?
Probably not. But
Probably not.
don't be surprised. I would say probably not, but don't be surprised if he is. But if he is,
Jesus,
he might not make it through the next one. Just have to see how it's shaped. Because, see, at some point, you're going to have to change the voice anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if 56 wins at a second round exit was the ceiling for him, tip my cap to him. You know what I'm saying? It's a solid job. I ain't mad at him on that. He'll get better as a coach elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's all well and fine. It's kind of, I look at with coaches the same way I kind of do with players. It's like you used to like straight destroy Zaire Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Still terrible. I don't know where you going with this.
Still trash.
Where you going with this, bro?
The kid is playing better. He's growing up. He was 20, 21, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was a young dude.
Got out of his cage,
dude
man.
He always had
the LeBird chest out the cage.
LeBird chest out the cage, man.
But it was like what I was saying about Gigi. He had always kind of been the dude, but now he's learning to play.
Zaire was never the dude.
He was the dude when he was in high school. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them, but
he was one of the dudes on that team, bro.
I mean, but even still, you know what I'm saying? One of them dudes that was always told he was talented, this, that, and other, and still struggled to try to, adjust to this grown man game. You know,
he would come in every year after high school and be like, "Man, my summer was great. Nobody outworked me. I was the man. My summer's been fantastic." Yeah. Be like, Zaire, let's go.
Oh man, look at him. He's 6'9". Look at him.
The league is just like the Iron Sheik. It will break your back and it will humble you.
Yeah, for sure.
Just straight up.
For sure, man. For sure. You said something on that. You said something like that. But, Jay, we about to slide about this joint, man. Been good as always. We got to do this more often, man. Hey, get this man a show, man. Kid it. Executive order. Just get this man a show, man. Anyway.
Hey, listen.
Hey, anytime y'all want to have me back, man.
Man's got a show, bro. Like,
hey,
man's got a 10-year podcast, man.
Exactly. He been doing this while Amazon's been playing.
Y'all could have eaten about 94 feet of life over the Bluff City media. We would have had the whole hoop culture rocking. You know what I'm saying? We would have been them guys for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, don't say it like it's too late, man. Don't say it like it's too late, man.
Like it's too late now.
At all, man. You got Kenny excited over. 94 feet wants to join. Oh my God. Hey, Kenny like Agent. What's his name, bro? Agent Coulson and Captain America, bro. You is Captain America, bro.
Yes. I go around looking.
Oh man. Well, yeah, we about to get about this joint. It's been a good one, man, for sure. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Nice Friday show. Just talking hoops, man. Talking Grizzlies from a kind of a different state of mind with my guy Jay Hamm. We'll holler at y'all next time, man. But until then, check out my boy Jay Hamm, 94 Feet of Life. I don't know when they come on. I just see it pop up. I get tagged with 99 other folks on Facebook.
We don't even know what our next episode
right.
is. We might do something for the Sweet 16.
Just pop up. Yeah.
We right now we just kind of floating around. Everybody just enjoying basketball. When something big happen, we'll come with something.
They come. Just
Final
like the Wu-Tang.
Something like that,
Hey, who you got winning it all this year, Jay? Who you got winning in the NCAA? NCAA, March Madness.
March Madness on paper, give me Florida.
Okay.
I like the Gators. I like
the Tigers. Go ahead.
Now, like I said on the 94 Feet of Life tournament preview show,
the Tigers get ready to play in a couple hours. This come on Friday at 12. We air Friday at 12.
We air on Friday. Yeah, you're right.
They're going to play in about. They're going to play in about 15 minutes.
They play an hour.
They play in 10 minutes. If you're watching this live, they're playing in 10 minutes.
But come on, predict it. What the Tigers going to do?
Tigers beating Arkansas in the Elite Eight.
Oh damn!
Oh, you got Arkansas going to the Elite Eight?
That was a joke one.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Tigers beating Arkansas in the Elite Eight, and the Tigers matching up with Duke, and me being a long-time Duke guy, I could care less.
Let's go.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, if the Tigers get to the Elite Eight, that means they got to beat Florida in the round of 32. So
they would have to beat Florida in the 16, actually.
16. Sorry.
Yeah, they would have to beat them in the Sweet 16, but they got the package to do it, though.
They do.
You know,
they can go far.
But that kid that's at Maryland, that Derek Queen kid,
he's good.
Danger gonna have his hands full Sunday.
Yes.
Just saying that Derek Queen kid, he for real deal.
For real.
Like,
top 10 pick. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good player.
So you got them beating Colorado State. We ain't worried about them. We
I ain't tripping out them.
No.
David Roddy ain't over there no more.
David Roddy. Oh my God, yeah.
David
Roddy. He was there.
Oh wow.
Hey, David Roddy with a work day.
Hey, David Roddy. Oh no, David Roddy's 6'2", bro.
Hey, that'd been a good little matchup, bro. That'd been a good. Hey, 6'2", power forward, David Roddy. Get his ass worked by Dane Danger. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right, bro.
I'll say this. They've been good for a very long time. I think this might be Houston's year.
Yeah, man. Could be.
He finally was able to get a lot of the noise away from him. No more of his former players, no more of his homies on staff. No, it just had
you're talking about
business crew. Yeah. And they went and handled business.
Oh, you talking about Penn? You talking about Houston? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think the Houston Cougars coming out the Midwest, I think they might win it all this year. They got offense and their defensive culture still.
They put you in jail.
They put you in prison, bro.
They lock you. I'm talking about even when I gamble on them, anytime the line is like they over under is like 125 under.
Yeah.
If you score 60 on them, you gonna win.
Yep.
And teams like that made for a tournament. Teams like that who are really good defensively, they made for tournaments because you ain't really got time to prepare. You don't see them enough. They can overwhelm you in them little short doses like that. Yep.
They don't play to the point. They got enough hitters to where they can find a bucket from.
They got hit. They got offense. They got offense now.
They just play dirty. They just play
dirty as hell.
Houston is the team that work at Amazon Prime on the 5. They work at Amazon warehouse on the 5 p.m. to the 1 a.m. shift. After they get off, they go hoop at Malborough.
Yes.
And then after they hoop, they go get Waffle House and they repeat the same cycle.
Yeah. Whataburger or something. Yeah.
Whataburger something.
Dixie Queen. Yeah.
Even better. You know,
they ain't got Dixie. For those of you watching outside of Memphis, Whataburger, if you live in Memphis, Dixie Queen. Yeah.
They rotate between the 3 here. They got them all here.
Exactly. Hey, the kettle on Winchester. The kettle on Winchester in Lamont.
They got something like that in Houston, too. You know, with the Whataburger, they got something equivalent to a Dixie Queen. They put Waffle House everywhere. So.
Hey, you hear what I said? The kettle on Winchester in Lamont, man. That's what they all know about. It'd be some good eating up in the kettle, boy.
Yeah, man. Houston's that team that comes in. On Mount Moriah.
Winchester, Lamar. Ooh, I remember that joint too. Right?
Yes, sir.
Houston's that team that comes in in a when you're playing fives, and they all a little bit musty.
Man.
They don't have they ain't got the matching clothes on. They ain't got the sleeves, the headbands. They just come in with some dirty shoes on, and they just work your ass for like 7 straight games. No drawers.
Hey, bro, put some drawers on.
They got some coins in their pocket, so every time they move, it jingles a little bit. Like it's
going on, right?
Like what the hell?
Shoes stinking.
Shoes stinking. They come in and just beat your ass for like 7 straight games, bro. That's who they are.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been a good one, man. For my guy Kenny Stubblefield, for my guy Jay Hamm, check him out. 94 Feet of Life. Check him out. John Harden's Happy Hour on Sports 56. You might catch me up on Hot 107, man. It's been a good one. We'll see y'all next week, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.